Hello and welcome back to Chatty TV Junkie. It's been a hot minute, but Happy New Year and welcome to 2022, where I will be updating Bachelor every week with Clayton's season. There are a few websites that have decided not to recap his season. I don't know why. I think he's a nice guy. I think the reason is because they did this completely different than they normally do. Normally you go through an entire season. He's from Michelle's season, if you didn't know. And normally you go through an entire season and get to know the guys before they pick a bachelor. It didn't happen that way. They started filming his season before Michelle's season finished airing. So you were just getting to know him and you already knew he was going to be the bachelor. So it was a little strange. He actually mentioned last night on the opening that he only got 8 minutes of screen time the entire time. But he's a nice guy from the Midwest. They were giving him a really hard time on After the Rose, showing like all these horrible Twitters of people were putting up on him, which was actually kind of mean. But he seems like a nice guy, so give us a chance. Jesse Palmer's the new host. It's going to take some getting used to because I'm still used to Chris Harrison. But if you like turn away, his voice is a little bit similar to Chris Harrison. I still don't like the announcer. They need to work on that. If they want to change to a female voice talent, you know what to look. Anyway, so I'm going to recap last night's first episode. It was a little different, and I'll get to that in a second. It was different at the ending for me, but it was still good. It was 2 hours long. I watched the whole thing. It took some notes. That's why I keep looking down. I'm actually going to go to put my glasses on so I can see what I wrote. Okay, so basically they did videos at the beginning, and usually the videos kind of give you an idea of which girls are going to last a while. They did one of Gabby, this girl who's an NFL cheerleader and ICU nurse. Rachel from Claremont, Florida. I like her. She's a flight instructor, and she's from Ohio University. That's where I went to school. So she's from Florida, and she's from Ohio University. I automatically like her. So then there's Daria, a Yale law student in her last year. There's Susie. These are all the girls that got the little video montage. Susie, who's from Virginia Beach, does jitsu, was in Japan for a while, competed in Miss USA, and she's a wedding videographer, so she was Miss Virginia. There's Elizabeth from Denver, real estate assistant, says she set herself financially up, and so she's ready for a man in her life. And Teddy is a registered nurse. She is the virgin of the show. She's actually really cute. And actually, well, let's just get into that right now. So Teddy gets the first impression rose, and he felt a spark with her right away. She felt a spark with him. So it'll be interesting to see if she lasts for the entire show. They had Sally. Sally had no business being on the show at all. Sally was previously engaged, and they didn't even put like a job title underneath hers. It just said Sally, 26, previously engaged. Like that was what she was known for. Not like a student or a pilot or anything, just previously engaged. So it turns out that the day that they were filming was the day that she was supposed to be walking down the aisle. So she was not in her right headspace, boo-hooing it. So they did something completely different. They let her meet him before the limos even started, like the day before. And she knocked on his door. She goes, "Hi, my name is Susie. Can I talk to you?" He said, "Sure, come on in." They talked. She explained to him that she's not sure she should be there. And, and that, what she went through was pretty, apparently the guy cheated on her. So he leaves the room, and then he comes back and he says, "Listen, I know you feel like you might want to leave, but I'm telling you, I could feel it. You already have a nice heart." I don't know how you could tell that from the first 2 seconds of knowing somebody, but he felt like he wanted to give her a rose, maybe to make her feel better because he felt bad for her, which is fine. So she goes outside, makes a phone call, and after he waits for a while, she comes back in and ultimately decides not to be on the show, which I think was the right thing to do. She definitely was not in the right headspace. Maybe they're setting something up in the future for her to be the next bachelorette. That's the only thing I can think of is why they did that and why they started that storyline. I don't know if we'll ever see Susie ever again, but that's what the Susie storyline was. Okay. Then we have Cassidy was an executive assistant. They had one that was interesting. Okay, so the girl that I like from Claremont, she had her wing woman come out because she's a pilot. Okay, the lady comes out of the car. She goes, "Hi, my name's Holly," and Holly's 63. He was a little surprised. And she's like, "No, I'm not for you. Actually, let me introduce you to." And then she did that. So it was cute. So the weirdest one for me was this girl named Ivana. And she came in and she didn't talk. She didn't say, hi, my name is Ivana, or anything like that. She just didn't talk. It was just really strange. And by the way, Ivana goes home. So I guess you probably should say hello to your bachelor if you don't want to go home the first night. Just a little tip if you ever end up on that show. Okay, then there's an interesting one. So a girl comes up in a bathtub. Her name is Samantha. And when she got out of the bathtub, they blocked out her bottom half, probably because she had a tushy showing bikini bottom. And you don't see her for the rest of the show. Well, it turns out that the reason why she never even made it to the rose ceremony is she pulled him aside and apparently excused herself. So pretty much 2 women from the get-go excused themselves. So that was kind of interesting. So the first kiss went to Teddy, and she's the one he gave the first impression rose to. She's the one that's a virgin. He doesn't know that yet. Then there was some more kissing. This girl named Eliza, she asked if she could kiss him after like showing him a flashcard. Some of these, that one, the girl initiated the kiss. And it's just weird. Let the guy do the kissing. It's just, I don't know. I guess if you're the Bachelorette, it makes more sense to me. But if you're going on the Bachelor, let the guy make the move. That's, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little old-fashioned. Okay, then there was this crazy girl named Claire, and she, I think, drank a little bit too much. And they played like cornhole, and they had like wings. And then a girl came in and pulled him away, and she's like, "Fine, I'm just gonna sit here and eat my wing." And then she went back inside and was bad-mouthing him to all the other girls. Like, I hate him. He's he's a tool or not for me or whatever she was saying. And one of the girls went and told him. He pulled her aside. She goes home. Not surprised. So in the end, the girls that go home are Claire, Doria, Haley, who was a pediatric nurse from Orlando, Ivana, the one that didn't talk, and let's see, Lindsay was a neonatal nurse. A lot of these girls didn't get a lot of screen time at all. Rihanna and Samantha, these girls didn't really get a whole lot of screen time. And the one thing that was different, there was no exit interviews. You know how most of the time they'll talk to the girls and they'll cry like, I can't believe I got cut off the first night. Nothing. They just kind of moved on. So they didn't even give those girls any screen time, which it was a little different than what they normally do. So that is the first episode. It's going to be interesting to see who makes it to the end. Of course, they've previewed that he tells at least 2, I think it's 2 of the girls, that he was intimate with them. And then you see a lot of crying in the preview. So you don't know what the crying is from. Of course, they're not going to let you know exactly how the thing ends. But so there's a lot of crying in this season. And I think there's also going to be a bully of the season. There always is. That's my 2 cents. Let me know what you think of the first episode. I'm going to stick it through. I think I like the guy. He seems like a nice guy. And we'll see if they've chosen him a wife. So, until next time, thank you for tuning in. Give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to click the like button and hit the bell notification so you know when I upload. But since The Bachelor's on only once a week, I'll be uploading Mondays or Tuesdays. Or today's Tuesday. I'll be uploading Tuesdays or Wednesdays. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.